My name is Holly Harkins, and today I will be discussing Cormac McCarthy's novel Outer Dark. Warning, this video contains spoilers, and if you have not read the book, I suggest finding another video. McCarthy's novel, which is situated in the densely forest Appalachian Mountains, begins with the introduction of three individuals who personify the evil nature of men. Although these individuals are key in exposing the evil nature of mankind, it is with a closer look at the experiences of Kola and Rinthi, who are introduced as brother and sister. As Nelson's article states, the responses to evil in Outer Dark is represented in two ways. First, as an extreme aberration, and second, as an allegory, usually of the sinful, fallen nature of mankind. Their experiences throughout the novel clearly demonstrates the darker side of humanity and strongly suggests that the world is more evil than good. McCarthy quickly begins to shed light on the evil side of human nature when we learn that Rinthi is pregnant with Kola's child. Kola knows this is not right and attempts to hide his sister's condition from the tinker. After the child is born, Kola takes the child into the forest and leaves it there to die rather than face the prospect of others learning about the incestuous relationship he has had with his sister. Rather than telling his sister what he has done, Kola lies to her and explains that the child was a stillborn. By abandoning the child in the woods, Kola is giving into the evil that is within him. When Rinthi discovers that the child has not died, she makes an assumption that the tinker has the child and sets out to find him in order to get her baby back. By happenstance, the tinker has found the baby and has had taken it with him and to be tended and cared for. As Rinthi is on her journey to find her child, Kola sets out looking for Rinthi. During their journeys, they have different experiences, and these experiences show the good and evil within humanity. Although each situation seemed to show some of the good in people, evil seemed to outweigh the good in each circumstance. During her journey, Rinthi is invited to eat supper with a husband and a wife, which at first illustrates the good in people. However, before they actually ate, the husband and wife got into a large argument, which resulted in Rinthi leaving the house hungry without having shared the meal with the couple. Often, McCarthy shows that there is good in people within his novels, but in most instances, evil prevails over the good. Rinthi eventually finds the tinker and discovers that he has her child. When the tinker takes the child from the woods, we are led to believe that his intentions were good towards the child, and that he was doing it out of goodness. However, when Rinthi approaches him about wanting her child back, we suddenly are shown his evil side, where he tries to profit from the good deed by saving the child. Thus illustrating further that in McCarthy's novel, there is more evil than good. McCarthy gives us another example of evil in people when Kola is given a job and also given a place to sleep for the night. Although Kola was grateful for the job, he ends up stealing the man's boots and taking off, rather than remaining there to continue working for the man. Evil is also shown when Kola later is accused by the drovers of scaring the hogs, which resulted in one of the drovers' death. When the preacher approaches, readers believe that he will be just and fair due to the reverence of his holy position. Through a brief discussion, the preacher agrees with the mob mentality and decides immediate punishment for Kola's actions. Although Kola continually denies any wrongdoing, the preacher suggests hanging Kola rather than throwing him off the cliff. Through these examples, evil is clearly triumphing over good. Although there are many examples of evil throughout this book, the greatest evil is seen in both Kola and the trio's journey, as they parallel one another throughout the novel. See, the trio seems to follow Kola. When Kola visits different towns, the townspeople sense something is off about him. Kola's evil nature is first revealed when he abandons his son, condemning himself to outer darkness. The trio commits acts of violence through the towns, and no one is able to catch them. Violence is also seen in the relationship between Rinthi and Kola because it demonstrates how basic desire affects human nature. Kola gives in to evil desire when he takes advantage of Rinthi and she has his child. When the tinker visits Kola and offers him pornography, he rejects it because, as Giles' article states, Kola does not reject the pornography on a moral scale, but because it evokes the guilt he feels over his incestuous relationship with Rinthi. Kola realizes that he has committed an incestuous act, which results in him feeling ashamed and overwhelmed by guilt. By abandoning the infant, Kola tries to relieve his guilt. Although Kola might have been successful in relieving his guilt, his actions demonstrate that there is more evil in his nature than there is good. When Kola finds the three men in the woods, the trio mutilates Kola's son and kills the boy in front of him. The trio ultimately represents Kola's inner darkness, providing that there is more evil than good. Finally, in the novel itself, the tinker says, "I've seen the meanness of humans till I don't know why God ain't put out the sun and gone away." Although the intentions of many of the characters in the book seem to be good, evil always seemed to be more prevalent than good, with most of the situations ending for the worse. This likely leaves the reader of the novel with the opinion that evil will always triumph over good. Throughout the experiences of Kola and Rinthi, McCarthy's readers are able to understand the fallen nature of mankind and witness how the world is more evil than good.